It's your boy Super Ninja Austin, the host of the SNA podcast, and yes, sir, this is episode 18. And we're going to be talking about the wrestling news. Let's begin. And we're going to start off today with John Cena rumored to be having a payback role, and as we all know, that John Cena is going to make his return tomorrow night on Friday Night SmackDown, and then it has it that. I wouldn't say a rumor. It's like in the schedule has WWE schedule has it that he's going to be making plenty of appearances until probably towards between the end of September or the early October, which I don't know about what's going to be the specific date where he's going to stop making appearances. But yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, let's get to the news. Reading the articles from Ringside News. And according to this article, it says John Cena is making his return to WWE, and he's picking up way more dates than anyone thought he would in his return. Now it seems that fans should expect him at Payback on this Saturday's premium live event, and is that John Cena added several dates on the schedule for this return run. No pay-per-view events were on that lineup, but it seems that he is going to squeeze one, which is Payback. And according to WrestleVote, posted on X2 revealed that there are rumblings that that WWE Payback will have a very special guest since John Cena is back around. It seems that he will be around Pittsburgh for this weekend's premium live event. And I guess they're going to make it, and it says that they're going to probably make him as the guest host of the pay-per-view, which I don't know what kind of angle he's going to be doing, but he probably be cutting a promo and presenting everybody on Pittsburgh of the premium live event, which is going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for Payback. 1 second, Trey. But anyway, yeah. But this is when but I believe this is probably going to be he's going to have angles with the likes of Grayson Waller, and he's going to be in segments with the likes of Grayson Waller or I would say Austin Theory. I would say Trey. Uncle needs this. Sorry. All right, Trey. Sit right here. Just watch the show. Come on, Trey. It'll be fun. It's like watching all the guys that Uncle watches, like WrestleMania, the Great One, Slap Rock, you name it. And who knows, Uncle might help you get be on YouTube. Uncle be okay. One second, guys. All right, what do you want, Trey? I didn't do this. Why am I thought doing this? I'm such a goober right now. I am such a total goober. Why am I talking about this? YouTube. You go try you.
Like Barbie, down the slide. The doctor here. Baby, let's go outside. Time for the concert.
It's a cheering line in Barbie's world. Barbie dolls, vehicles, and treehouse. Each sold separately until December.
I don't know what year it is, but
My busy open for business. Anybody want some food?
Sorry, guys, that took so long. Just had took care of my nephew and have him situated with putting on Ryan's World. And yeah, shout out to you, Mr. Ryan Kaji. I hope I can meet you soon. Some say I might steal his look with the mask and cape, but we're just the same kind of guys that has an imagination and a dream of making it successfully into this entertaining business. But anyway, back to the news. Like I don't know what he's gonna do exactly on there, other than probably cutting a promo and presenting the Payback pay-per-view. But what do you think is gonna happen specifically on this weekend's premium live event? Y'all let me know down in the comments below, and how y'all feel about John Cena making his long awaited return. Y'all also let me know down below as well. And then we got some news with footage exists. Photos exist of CM Punk and Jack Perry's backstage confrontation at AEW All In London, which it says AEW's All In London event is still making headlines, but the brief brawl between CM Punk and Jungle Boy Jack Perry, or should I just say Jack Perry, because Jungle Boy is clearly dead into Jack Perry's persona, his new persona to be the exact. Jack Perry is still stealing the spotlight. It appears that the incident was actually captured on camera. CM Punk and Jack Perry had quite an incident at All In, and that reportedly killed morale in the company. Tony Khan was almost a victim of the situation as well, and things were not pretty at all. Sean Ross Sapp noted behind Fightful's paywall that there is footage of CM Punk and Jungle Boy Jack Perry backstage skirmish. Cameras were all over backstage at All In, documenting the event, and they captured that as well. And then also Sean Ross Sapp said him and the sources were told there is some footage of the incident, as there are cameras all over Wembley Stadium. Which I haven't seen the footage yet, at least not yet, and I'm not sure if anybody that I know on YouTube and some of my sources know anything about the incident, but I think there probably will be revealed, probably going to be in the next couple of days or few days. But if any of y'all if any of y'all viewers have any footage, any of the footage, send it to me down. Send it to me. I'm not sure if you can send down in the comments. I will give you. Just let me know if you have the footage down in the comments, and I will gladly give you my WhatsApp or my Telegram profile so you can send me the video. I would love to see it, and I hope neither of us gets in trouble for mentioning this on this platform. But let's move on to the next video. Next article. But yeah. And then also I want to say, like, what do you think of this about the this agreement confrontation between Punk and Jack Perry? Like, was it minor or nearly got physical? Y'all also let me know down in the comments below what y'all think. But next up, we got some more news. We got Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is not a full-time WWE producer yet. And then it's according on this article, Bobby Roode, it says that Bobby Roode is known for his charisma and veteran and in-ring ability. With a career spanning several decades, he has earned a reputation as one of the industry's most dependable performers. Roode entered the WWE after a nice run in TNA, and he had a glorious time in NXT before his main roster call up. I'm not sure if this article was pun intended for saying he had a glorious time in NXT, but we'll probably figure that out. Later on. Call up to the main call up. Eventually, he was shuffled to other angles, and his name was changed into Robert as well. And I'm not sure if he was known as Robert in TNA, but I think he was known as Robbie Roode, and then he also changed it to Bobby Roode with a B. But y'all, if I'm wrong, correct me down in the comments below. But let's continue into this news article. And it says Bobby Roode has been recovering from his neck injury that required surgery, so he's not able to wrestle in the meantime. He has picked up a job backstage as a producer for WWE. As we previously reported, Akira Tozawa versus JD Madonna wrestled for the main event tapings before Raw. This was newsworthy because Bobby Roode produced that match by himself. He was previously shadowing and co-producing segments in matches, which, according by this article, from Ringside News, it seems like that Robert Roode is not a full-time producer, but he's doing this in the meantime until he recovers from his neck surgery that he had. His neck injury that he had surgery on. My apologies. And they even said that he even booked that, helped book and produced that match between Akira Tozawa and JD Madonna. For those who know, from main event from Peacock, on that main event tapings that was exclusively on Peacock. And then he also produced that match with Rey Mysterio against Austin Theory for the U.S. title a couple weeks ago. And it said he's and then it's been noted that he's gonna recover, but it's gonna take a little long while for him to get back in the ring. So in the meantime, he's gonna be producing whatever match he needs to do. Whatever match he needs to book, whatever match they have him booked on doing, until he fully clears from his injury and he can get back into the ring, and then WWE can find him to be in whatever angle. And if you ask me, I would say if they do bring him back and if he does recover from his injury, I think they should put him in a program with Dolph Ziggler. It make him look like he's going to team with Dolph Ziggler, but turn him heel right on. He's going to turn him heel on Dolph Ziggler, I guess, on Monday Night Raw, just to have something for him in general, and also, and this could be also interesting for us wrestling fans, which I'll be well invested of watching, and I'll be even recapping it every single every single week on my SNA podcast on my Raw reviews. But what y'all think? What y'all think about his little part-time producing gig until he recovers from his injury? And when do you think he's gonna make his return? And do you think he's gonna turn on Dolph Ziggler and be into some kind of a feud programming with Show Off? I think about it. Like how I think about it. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And then in the ringside news, also, we reached out to confirm Bobby Roode's current WWE status of his tenure member, from a tenure member of the team told the ringside news, the sources, that Roode seems to still be just learning the ropes of producing, which he probably got some producing experience, but he's probably still learning how to do it like full time. Like, in case if he ever did become a full time producer, like if he hangs up his wrestling boots for good, he can know how to run WWE matches and segments like properly, like how to do it all in order, like any of the veteran tenure members of the producing job, which I would believe that Rude would make a pretty good producer, because just look at if and then I even heard about that from an excellent wrestling YouTube source of mine. He has been noted from one of these wrestling journalists' articles, that it's been noted that he produced that match with Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory, which I'll say he's doing a really good job so far for being a producer. So I hope he does get a producing job with the company, a full-time one to be exact. He has like a part-time gig, because he probably has some experience with some bookings of how to book matches and wrestling segments. But yeah, we're gonna probably see more of this until he does get cleared, which I probably think we've been hearing about Robert Roode much whether if it about his injury updates or him being a producer in WWE, a backstage producer to be the exact. But yeah, I believe he probably will make his return and be in the program with Dolph Ziggler. But yeah, let's move on to this next article. We have AEW news now. It's more AEW news, and as AEW feels AR Fox hid information about his inability to wrestle at All In, which we're gonna look at this. It got some news about he couldn't have probably make it to travel over to the UK. And it says right here, AEW All In London was quite a show, but the coffin match needed to be changed. This was a real bummer for AR Fox fans, because he didn't get to make the trip over to the UK. Like, there was some heat on AR Fox over this situation. My bad. Over this situation, there was something wrong with his paperwork, and he hasn't worked in international event in years. There is apparently a reason for that. According to Sean Ross Sapp, noted behind Fightful's paywall, that AEW feels that AR Fox was forthcoming about his situations with All In. The company booked him anyway, even though he apparently knew wrestling in London would be an issue, which this particular issue were told that AR Fox was planned for the match with Swerve Strickland against Sting and Darby Allin at All In. Unlike the situation with Ray Phoenix, where he was never truly set for the match and was planned to be removed. It was noted to Fightful that AR Fox hadn't worked international dates since 2016, and the company did not feel like he was forthright about his ability to work outside of the country. Thought that we haven't heard exactly why he couldn't ultimately or ultimately the late switch, because what we saw unfold on Dynamite with AR Fox taking a pinfall loss to Nick Wayne. But yeah, I think he has some kind of traveling issues. According to this news article from Fightful, from Sean Ross Sapp, that AR Fox couldn't. The reason why AR Fox was replaced with Christian Cage and even got kicked out of the embassy is because for the simple fact until his status as a pro wrestler that he haven't traveled outside of the United States since 2016, and I'm not sure if it's had anything to do with legal issues or visa issues. I'm not sure if it had anything to do with visa. I think I'm not sure if it had anything to do with him getting into a situation with the law or legal issues or some kind of a traveling issues of traveling over to any country outside of the U.S. But yeah, let me know about that down in the comments below. But this is probably one of the reasons, not one of the reasons, or at least the number one reason, I should say, the number one reason why he never showed up, or why else he couldn't make it for Wembley Stadium. They couldn't come up booking a segment with Swerve Strickland kicking AR Fox out of kicking to the curb, all because he lost to Nick Wayne. But yeah, y'all let me know what was the reason why AR Fox couldn't make it to the Wembley Stadium show down in the comments below. But we're gonna move on to this next video. We have CM Punk. We have more AEW news with CM Punk's post AEW All Out match photo. Emerges admit with Jungle Boy Jack Perry's controversy, which I believe it said post AEW All Out. I believe this journalist meant to say AEW All In because this Sunday is All Out. This past Sunday was All In, which was the biggest wrestling event ever. Yeah. Even though I haven't really watched it in even live, but I did heard recaps, and it did sound like a great show. And then I would have probably enjoyed it, and I would have enjoyed watching. I've been well sports entertained, and especially if there was no outside interference for me watching this show. But maybe next year I probably will have the money to order the pay-per-view, and then I can even do a SNA podcast the SNA podcast review on it. But yeah, y'all make sure to but yeah, speaking of events, make sure to check out my SNA podcast for Payback. We're gonna talk about that, but but for now, we're gonna talk about these news articles. We're gonna talk about more CM Punk news from AEW about him in AEW. According to this article, it says CM Punk is one of the biggest names on the AEW roster, but many people are tired of his ego. He attacks, or he not attacks. He attracts controversy like a magnet, and in his latest one is concerning a backstage fight with Jack Perry. Now it appears a photo of CM Punk after after his match with Samoa Joe at All In has surfaced during AEW All In 0 hour. Jack Perry made reference to his controversies with CM Punk when it came to using real glass. This led to CM Punk and Jack Perry having a backstage fight prior to CM Punk's match against Samoa Joe at All In London, and a lot of drama ensued afterwards. It was reported that CM Punk and Jack Perry have been suspended following their backstage confrontation, and that's why neither of them appeared on AEW Dynamite this week. I'll say either way, genuinely, with CM Punk's perspective, I believe he wouldn't have showed up at this week's Dynamite, because even though Kenny Omega wasn't on last night's Dynamite, but I believe Collision's more like his show. And then even if he was going to show up, they would have announced it. And then I believe I made a mistake from this past my Dynamite review. Like, it was like right before CM Punk's match against Samoa Joe, like right before where they got into that altercation. And then it all started because CM Punk had some kind of a reason why he didn't want Jack Perry into Collision. Maybe they disagreed on something. Maybe it was something personal that Eiderman said. I don't know. Yeah. But we'll probably figure this out in the future when one of the men is ready to share what happened, or what exactly the reason why him and Punk have such a controversial disagreement. And I believe on Jack Perry's case, he probably would say that's what the C stands for into CM Punk. Like, it stands for controversy, which you probably would say that's why he's going to be known as Controversy Magnet Punk. Oh, sorry, my bad. But yeah, it's just something was about to fall, but my bad. But yeah, we'll get back to this wrestling news video. But yeah, this is when Jack Perry, I believe Jack Perry will say this, like he's more like he's Controversy Magnet Punk, which I would thought it's Chick Magnet Punk, because a couple of sources noted like about a couple of years ago that's what CM Punk have the initial CM stands for, while others say Cookie Monster because he's probably a Cookie Monster fan from the Sesame Street series franchise. But yeah, what do y'all think about this fight? And then it also been noted that a photo backstage after his match with Samoa Joe has surfaced online where CM Punk could be could be seen taking a photo with the Samoan Submission Machine, Jerry Lynn, and Paul Turner, which I have the picture right here, right on my phone, and it shows all four men taking a picture together on CM Punk's social media website. And what do y'all think about this? This real life disagreement of grievances between the former Jungle Boy and the Chicago-made star. Y'all let me know down in the comments below, and then we're gonna move on to the next article. We have Anthony Bowen shows off bizarre concept art for AEW news, AEW for AEW new trios trios titles, I should say. The Acclaim comprised of Anthony Bowens and Max Caster slowly became one of the most popular tag teams in AEW, which is true. Bowens in particular has the kind of infection energy, the infectious, my apologies, Bowens, and to all viewers that is watching this video on YouTube, but anyway, I apologize, by the way. And infectious energy that fans can't get enough of. Now it appears Bowens showed off a bizarre concept art of the new AEW Trios title design. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn managed to defeat the House of Black for the AEW Trios title at the AEW All In pay-per-view, thus making them the new champions in a major way, as seen on this week's episode of AEW Dynamite. The Acclaim unveiled a new design for the AEW Trios titles, which featured the golden plates and the pink straps with scissors on each end. Bowens took this Anthony Bowens, I should say. My apologies for not saying his full proper name. Anthony Bowens took to Twitter and revealed to the world the concept art for the trios titles, which turned out to be a very amusing drawing by Anthony Bowens himself. But yeah, recently, like I said on AEW, even though I didn't give them much time to talk about them on the video, but I basically did a quick recap on the unveiled segment with the Acclaim, introducing the new trios titles. Its back is the gold plates, but the difference is that they made it with a pink strap with the scissor image right on each ends, which that's their stick and their catchphrase of the scissor me gimmick. Like when Anthony Bowens is like, the Acclaim has a right, scissor me, especially when he does it with Billy Gunn saying scissor me daddy ass, which always has me crack up every time I watch AEW Dynamite. And when I meet the Acclaim, I'm like, what exactly? Well, I would ask them what exactly came up with the idea of coming up with this whole scissor stick, which I would love to hear that from the former AEW Tag Team Champions and the current AEW Trios Tag Team Championship. And I'm sorry if I said former Tag Team Champions first, but I just want to put it in order, like, of complimenting y'all's achievements. If both Max Caster and if both Max Caster and Anthony Bowens is watching this video, I just wanted to just let them know that I'm trying to say it as out of insulting them, but out of like respect. But yeah, like what do you viewers think about AEW's what about the new AEW Trios titles, the new design? I believe it's custom made for the Acclaim, because I believe that's what the House of Black did. And then the only time the Trios Championship was in its original form was when the Elite was those championships. First, it was, I believe, Pac and the Lucha Brothers, which they're known as the Death Triangle. There's their Trios faction there. And then that's when, and then the House of Black got this gothic, like it was more like a grayish black and white color. But yeah, now the Acclaim has a now the Acclaim has the back is the front gold plates, but now it's with this it's pink strap with the scissor image on there. But yeah, what do y'all think? I think this was probably good for the Acclaim, because it's like something. It's like this makes them more extra popular into AEW, but famous and popular into AEW. But I wouldn't see it on any other wrestler, or trios wrestler, I should say, trios of wrestlers. So I'll say if they do lose the titles, let's go like either have their version of the custom-made championship, or go back to its original trios championship form. Yeah. They get like something similar with the TNT title, like when Miro had his custom-made Bulgarian flag championship design, and then Scorpio Sky had the Lakers design championship.
Hi.
Hey, Birdie Bird.
What should it down?
Yeah, as soon as Uncle gets done. But anyways, I think they should do it similar like that if they're going to continue this custom-made designs for the trios title. But yeah, y'all let me know about this down in the comments below. We're going to continue by moving on to the next video. We'll have some Ryback news that Ryback claims WWE bags arenas with hitting microphones to invade talent's privacy. Ryback had a nice run in WWE, but that did not last after he decided to leave to focus on his health, working on his health. This is a healing process that is ongoing, as he says he is 100% now, but only waiting for medical clearance. Yeah, for medical clearance from his doctor that being said he's not returning to WWE. WWE has been accused of many things in the past, like wanting superstars to hand over their social media accounts during a recent live stream. During a recent live stream, Ryback claimed that WWE has hidden microphones over so they can spy on their superstars. Ryback went on to say that he used to mess with them just in case they were listening on those microphones. He also stated, not almost, also, my apologies for the miscommunication of my pronunciation. But anyway, he also stated that WWE doing this is a huge invasion of privacy. You know that was the rumor in WWE. I used to talk to people in WWE all the time because I was told that Vince McMahon to used to be used to be used to have microphones all over the ring to record conversation. So I would legitimately go talk shit about the microphone by the ring. I legitimately I I would go talk shit about them. You you want to hear what we're talking about. I am going to I am going I am gonna feel bad about it. I'll I'll do it right in front of you. But what we hear about Ryback, they put microphones. Well, some of it in the ringside area, like they hear everybody's conversations and hear when spying on them and invading into the wrestlers' privacy, which is very bad. Like if that's the case, like if that's the case, but Ryback's been known of everything controversial when it comes to talking about WWE stuff, like saying saying that saying about Vince McMahon's mother, Vince McMahon's mother should die because he was mad at Vince McMahon. But the sad thing is Vince McMahon's mother really did pass, but he didn't really have to go that far just to take a shot and insult to the former chairman of WWE. Like if he wanted to insult him, he should have said plenty of names, calling him ugly, calling him the worst wrestling promoter in professional wrestling, which that's what half the wrestlers would say into nowadays wrestling, like into modern day wrestling. Like, and then even in years, they even say that about Vince McMahon, like about being the most worst promoter of trying to make wrestlers do things that they don't want to do. And then that's what makes wrestlers move on to other companies. Like, and this has been a most commonly thing from the past 30 years. But well, I think he probably could have some truths about this, and I know this is going to be controversial. What I'm going to say, but I'm saying partially. Like they probably want to listen to it and probably want to hear more things about him for whatever ideas they have for their employed wrestlers, like for their employed superstars, like which they like to call them superstars, like which I don't know what's the reason, but what do y'all think about this? Is Ryback being 100% honest, or being at least 50%, or is he just going on his rant and making some stuff up just to get some attention and trying to get a couple of views, a couple extra views into his YouTube content? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And then if that's the case of him trying to get a couple extra views, maybe he should just stick eating food, like doing a whole McDonald's food combo contest and his hot Cheetos contest. And then and then even do it with the great one, because the great one would love to do that someday. Yeah. And yeah, shout out to my dude, the great one. Like I'd love to get a shout out back to you if you're watching this video, great one, wherever you are out there. I'd love to hear from you. And then let's move on to the next news. We got a few more left. We got Tony Khan refuses to comment on the heated incident with CM Punk at All In, which it's been said that CM Punk and Jack Perry had a confrontation backstage at All In right before the real world title match. Tony Khan admitted the incident took place in the press conference after All In, London, but he didn't comment further. It turns out that there is to be more to be the story, more to be the story. But TK still isn't putting anything out there. Many AEW many AEW stars were extremely frustrated with the situation. Some say that the ordeal overshadowed AEW's success at Wembley Stadium. The second city savior has not contact has not contacted Tony Khan, but he was informed of his suspension that through his attorney. Tony Khan was almost victim of of the situation as well, and things were not pretty at all. At all. CM Punk also wanted to fight Miro in the middle of everything, but then that story was finally cleared up. Tony Khan recently spoke to the media regarding All Out, but the subject of CM Punk kept coming up. Tony Khan stated that an investigation is going on, and he is going to it play let it play out. Which is according to which it's basically what Tony you're saying about Tony Khan, saying that not gonna he's not gonna inform anybody about anything in detail about this confrontation between the FTW champion and the real world champion. Like, yeah, but it said it was really bad, and he was in the middle of it, and then it probably overshadowed and then it did overshadow, and then it didn't really it overshadowed the Wembley Stadium event, and not really much to talk about the greatness and history, and over 801,000 fans be in attendance to the show. But yeah, but Tony Khan's not going to say anything, at least not at this moment. And then it's been noted that CM Punk and Jack Perry's going to be suspended, which I believe probably be for 30 days. But even if the 30 days come up, they're probably not going to be sure. Like I said on my AEW Dynamite review, he's probably not going to be sure when he's going to bring both of them back on a specific date. But yeah, y'all let me know about that down in the comments below. And what do you think about Tony Khan's comments at the press conference after All In? Y'all let me know down below, and then we're going to move on to the next article with Drew McIntyre offers apology after throwing a chair at Xavier Woods, which was recently this past Monday on Raw when the New Day was taking on the Viking Raiders with Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle joining commentary. And then the Viking Raiders started, and that's when the Viking Raiders threw, I believe, Kofi Kingston right into Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre, which pissed off Drew McIntyre. He threw his desk chair right on Xavier Woods, which I believe he was trying to tend to do that to Eric. But yeah, we're gonna continue talking about this on this article, where Drew McIntyre is one of the most established WWE superstars of the past decade, as he won the WWE Championship twice. He is back on Raw as a regular superstar, but ended up hitting Xavier Woods with a chair. Now it appears he offered an apology to Woods for his actions. As seen on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, the New Day faced the Viking Raiders in a tag team match with Drew McIntyre at ringside. Drew McIntyre became furious after Ivar dumped Kofi Kingston on him, which led to McIntyre throwing a chair at Xavier Woods' face, which was on accident. WWE announced that the New Day members suffered a physical strain and is considered week to week. Woods took to Twitter and stated that he would be okay and uploaded a hilarious edit of the chair get thrown at his face. Drew replied to Woods with a GIF from South Park, uttering the word sorry. We will. And also been confirmed by Ringside News that we will have to wait and see whether the angle will eventually lead into Drew McIntyre's turning heel for the first time in years, as that would certainly make the fans invested in him again. Yeah, the last time Drew McIntyre was a heel was back in early 2020, like early January 2020. That's when Drew McIntyre started hyping about he's going to be the one dethroning Brock Lesnar, and he's going to enter the Royal Rumble. He's going to win the Rumble, which he did that, and then that's when he was on his way to the road to WrestleMania. He faced the Beast Incarnate. He beat him, hitting with the Claymore with the 1-2-3, and he finally got the win. And then he did that too, and he became WWE champion, and then he held that first reign for 6 months until he got the second reign for like a good 3 months. But anyways, back to and then also he even apologized on screen when he very first did, and it's been noted that he suffered the severe injury, and it looks like he's going to be out for 2 weeks. But yeah, what do you think about this? And this could be a sign that, and this angle could, do you think Xavier Woods is legitimately injured? And then is he going to be out? And is he going to be out for a good 14 days? Y'all let me know down below. And what do you think about? And what do you also think about Drew McIntyre turning heel? And how would you like it? Leave a thought down in the comments below. And we're going to move on to the next story we have. And okay, we got one more news to end this video. We have Tony Khan. Tony Khan plans to target Mercedes Moné once she's cleared. And then and like I said before in my last video, Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks, made an appearance at Wembley Stadium at AEW's All In pay-per-view. And then they'll keep repeatedly showing her being excited for the show, excited to watch the show, and including when during the match with Darby Allin and Sting against Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland in that tag team coffin match. But it says, according to this article on Ringside News, it says that Mercedes Moné was brought a lot of attention on herself when she showed up at AEW All In London. That being said, she's still not cleared to compete. In the former Sasha Banks was in a walking boot at the event, with AEW booking a big event in October with New Japan. Her name is coming up in a big way. AEW is presenting All Out this Sunday, so Tony Khan is doing another round of of media events. The AEW president took part in a media conference, and you can check it out. The complete coverage here on Ringside News, which you can go on your phone, go to Google's the Ringside News article, and you can read more exclusive news about Tony Khan plans for AEW and possibly bring in Mercedes Moné, the former IWGP Women's Champion and the 8-time WWE Women's Champion, and soon to be New Japan Strong Women's Champion. But it says that they're going to do according to this article, it says Tony Khan has plans for October to have another crossover event, just like Forbidden Door, with the Japanese New Japan promotion, with Mercedes Moné being involved. And then we're going to continue this. Reading this article, it says when Tony Khan discussed the Wrestle Dream event, he expressed his enthusiasm for the potential participations well-known New Japan stars, both men and women. Specifically, he highlighted his optimism about Mercedes Moné potential involvement, recalling the positive impact she had at All In. And it also says, however, Tony Khan clarified that at the moment Moné is unable to compete in wrestling due to specific circumstances, as he alluded to her injury. Nonetheless, he emphasized his interest in her, reaffirmed that once she receives clearance, she will be a significant target for inclusions in their future events. But yeah, it's been said that even though Tony Khan understands her current unfortunate circumstances with her leg injury, but once she's been clearanced by a doctor, not clearance, but as long as she has a clearance, I don't mean a sale. Once she's been, what I'm trying to say is, like, when she's cleared by her doctor, that if she's clear enough to compete to wrestle at any ring in any wrestling promotion, if it's like if she can be cleared to wrestle at any wrestling promotion, whether if it be in AEW or New Japan Pro Wrestling, she can wrestle in either promotion or even both at this point. What do you think about this? And it's been noted that he still have interest. Like if there's any crossovers with New Japan and AEW events, like they did with Resurgent, with Resurgent with New Japan, and then they have and then they also have AEW's Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which you probably would make an appearance for that, but you probably make it this next crossover appearance at their next crossover pay-per-view, possibly in October. But what do y'all think? Do you think that Mercedes Moné gonna wrestle on any time in that month and for AEW's upcoming events? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Which my opinion, I'll believe it's yes if she's cleared, and then I believe before she does make an appearance on AEW, she's probably gonna beat whoever's the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, and then she's gonna bring that title with her when she'll probably defend it to any women that won a shot at the title, whether it being Ruby Soho or a Jade Cargill or a Dr. Britt Baker DMD. That can be a dream match, a dream come true match. I should rephrase that, or even a Toni Storm or Saraya with a winner takes all, like something similar to Forbidden Door, like with Saraya and Saraya and Mercedes Moné, the former Paige and the former Sasha Banks go face to face. Like they have history, like because her last match in WWE was against Sasha Banks in a live event house show, which when the legit boss tried to hit her with a dropkick right on her back, which the anti-diva fell on the ground, and then it's been confirmed that she couldn't. She was permanently injured until now, or since last year, I should say. But yeah, I could think of it being that way. But yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments about that, and then I guess we're gonna close this video out with that news, and then we're gonna end it right here. And then I like to say thank you for those who watched until the very, very end, for you viewers. And then if you like this video, then please give me a big thumbs up. And then if you enjoyed this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell notifications right on the side. And for more more upcoming SNA podcast videos and more SNA podcasts, which tomorrow I'm gonna do episode 19 and episode 20 of SmackDown, of the SmackDown review part 3 and Rampage review part 3. And then I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin. This was the episode 18 of the SNA podcast, and this was this was your wrestling news part 3 video, and then I'm gonna hope I can make another one this Sunday if I don't have nothing on my schedule list, on my list of my schedule's not overbooked. But yeah, but you can definitely expect me for the next 3 days making 4 videos, making episode 19 of the SmackDown with the SmackDown review part 3, and then episode 20 of the AEW Rampage review part 3. And we're also going to do episode 21 of the episode SNA podcast and for Payback review. And we're also going to have AEW Collision right after that, which is episode 22. So, but yeah, make sure you check all those out, all those videos and shows and all of wrestling, and then one day, and even later, I'm gonna start doing other content too, like on this YouTube channel and in this podcast. Like I'm gonna talk about animation, horror, TV series, movies, like anything that I can think of, like anything that of the sort, of course. But yeah, like I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin. This was the SNA podcast, and I'll see you all tomorrow night for the SmackDown and AEW review. Sassin' out. The sword protects me. Ha ha ha.